You ready?
Let's do it.
What? I mean, it's been turning up with the girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't come close to her. If you with your girl, let me hear you say what?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is season 3, episode 9 of the Read, Talk, and Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host, Trey Reed. How you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm cold, bro. I'm cold. Dude, this week it was like 60 degrees here, and then all of a sudden, boom, dropped down to like negative 15. So like we can't catch a break around here, man.
Man, and as always, it's nowhere near that here. But the temperature has dropped. We're getting a little bit of I guess wintry mix, you could say, tonight. As the temperature gets below freezing. Probably gonna have a little bit of slick roads in the morning. So you know how that goes. Texarkana is literally shutting down
Yeah, better go get your bread,
for this event.
get your bread, eggs, and milk and and water.
But man, as promised, this season it was going to be packed full of guests. We have another guest coming tonight, a special guest, and I'm going to let you bring him in.
All right, guys. Tonight, our guest is a close friend, uh, mentor, just all around good guy. He's definitely impacted my life, my brother's life, and anybody that's come in contact with him. Tonight, we got Coach Smith, Principal Smith, on the podcast.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, man. I get confused. Sometimes I want to call you Coach, but I'm like, guys, Mr. Smith now. What do you prefer?
Well, I've always said Coach is cooler than Mr. Smith.
Right?
But that's one of the distinctions for, when I hear kids say Coach Smith, I know they're a PG kid. And if they
Exactly. I was just
Right.
thinking about that before we came on. One of the weirdest things that went on during my school career is going from calling you Coach Smith to hearing every kid younger than me call you Mr. Smith. Like they'd be say, "Hey, go get Mr. Smith," and I would always look around like, "Who is Mr. Smith?" And I had to think about how that's Coach Smith. Did we lose you there? It's like we lost. We might have lost a little connection in the headphones here on the Read Talk and Listen podcast. But while we get that figured out,
looks like I lost the sound.
there we go. There we
Oh,
go.
we got you back. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
You lose your coach. Look like we having a little bit of issues tonight on the Read Talk and Listen podcast, but that comes with the territory. But that's not gonna slow it down. It's not gonna slow it down. We're gonna get Coach Smith's sound figured out over there, and we're gonna keep it rolling over here, man. But I want to talk about the dreaded Archer for a second.
I was good.
Big things happening over with the Dreaded Archer podcast. I believe episode 6 literally just dropped on Spotify as we started the show. So episode 6 of the Dreaded Archer podcast is out, man. Tell me how it's going over there.
All right, man. So over at the Dreaded Archer podcast, I mean, dude, we got shows rolling. I got guests lined up from all over the country. I got, like I said, of course, bow hunters. We got turkey hunters. We got, people that exclusively do elk hunting. Um, you know what I'm saying? Fishermen. We got it all, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm working 3 jobs now. I got my main job, I got the Read, Talk, and Listen, and now the Dreaded Archer. And then I got a big event coming up where I'll be out there actually, interviewing some archers around the state of South Dakota with the Arkansas Bowhunting Association, and just kind of getting my feet wet and making some connections in the game.
Man, I love to hear it, and I love to see it. Like I said, I sat down and I listened to the Dreaded Archer podcast, and I'm caught up. I'm keeping up with this one. I like sometimes I like to let podcasts, I like to let them stew and get about 10, 15 episodes in, and then I go in and I binge them. But I'm keeping up with the Dreaded Archer podcast because it's so interesting. So many different people coming from around the world telling their hunting stories. You sharing your hunting stories I've already heard, but I like to rehear. I mean, it's just great, packed full of knowledge. Y'all got to get over and check out the Dreaded Archer podcast.
Oh yeah, the last night show went 3.5 hours, man. 3.5 hours, and it was it was crazy. Like we got to talking, and I looked up, and it was like, dang, we're an hour in, and and we still hadn't even like covered what all we were going to talk about. And then I look up again, and it's 2 hours, and we still are not even halfway through all the stuff we had planned on talking about. And then next thing you know, boom, 3.5 hours. I'm like, bro, we got to go. But even at like hour, at the 2 hour and 45 minute mark, we started wrapping the show up. But the conversation was so good, it just kept on rolling.
Exactly, man. That's what it's all about, man. Fire conversation. But when you sent me that text earlier and you were like, "Oh, yo, last night went for 3.5 hours," the first thing that popped in my head, I said, "Hey, man, this boy think he Joe Rogan."
Right? I was trying to be on my Joe Rogan a little bit last night, man.
Hey,
Just, but that's how it is. And my guest, it was my fraternity brother, one of my best friends, Alex Wynn, and he was like, "Hey man, how do we do this?" I'm like, "Bro, it's just conversation, just like we talking on the phone, and it just conversation just rolling, man. Once you get going, it's pretty easy."
exactly. And speaking of the phones, shout out to everybody watching and already tuned in to the Read Talk and Listen podcast. If you are just now tuning in, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, guys, 10 shares during the live stream is going to get somebody a free Read Talk and Listen t-shirt, man. So y'all go ahead and get those 10 shares during the live streams. We've hit 10 shares, but it comes after the live stream. So let's get those 10 shares during this live stream. We're going to give y'all a good hour 45. You already know that. So
Right?
during this stream, give us those 10 shares and we're going to get y'all that free Read Talk and Listen shirt, that free Read Talk and Listen t-shirt. Go and hit the button for them, man.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
And you can find the Read Talk and Listen podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and every single place where you can find a podcast. You can hear our voices.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Oh, look, we already got one share. Hey,
There we go.
we need nine more. Need nine more. And there's a guy that I watch on YouTube, the Angry Man, and he don't do 10 shares. He want 50 donations with the first 30 minutes, or he cutting that joke off. And you'll be surprised sometimes he'll get down to the last 5 minutes and he'll have like 2 donations. All of a sudden, bam, you know what I'm saying? Those 28 donations come rolling in.
28 donations coming in. But hey, we're not going to the donations, but all we're asking for is a share. So we can get those 10 shares up. That's all we ask. We've got 4 episodes over 1K, 1 episode over 2K right now. So let's keep those things going, keep the numbers moving up, and help us out over here at the Read Talk and Listen so we can keep bringing you these fire conversations week in and week out.
For sure, for sure.
Exactly, man. But right before we hopped on, some breaking news in the NFL coaching circus or coaching ladder or coaching craziness.
Carousel.
Coaching carousel. I couldn't figure out that word, so I was going to throw them all out there until it came out. Appreciate that. Coaching carousel. In wake of all of this Brian Flores things, I think Byron Leftwich has withdrawn his name from the Jacksonville coaching job.
Yeah, man, I didn't see that coming because I figure, like he was ready to make that next step, saying to the to be a head coach. And I think with all these different allegations and everything that's going on with Brian Flores and everything, he's probably just saying, I'm gonna take my hat out the ring and I'm going to see how all this play out before I become a head coach. And with all the things going on with Brian Flores right now, if I'm a coach in the NFL, I'm kind of looking like, hey, is does he have some legitimacy in what he's talking about with, the owners paying him, $100,000 for every game he lose in order to get the first round draft pick, and throwing the season is just not, what I'm saying, what it's all cracked up to be. Like, would you pay to throw the season?
Would I get paid to throw the season?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. And I think I've had this conversation a couple of times already. Am I looking to move up in the coaching ladder, or am I looking to get the bag and get out?
Right.
And I think that's what it all comes down to. 100K a loss.
Yeah, that's wild. Hey, we got Coach Smith back. I'm gonna bring him in.
I'll bring it back in.
All right.
There
Hey,
he
can you
is.
hear us
There
now?
he is.
Hey, Coach Smith, can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us.
I don't think he can hear us either.
What would you what would you do with the 100K loss? Would you take it?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on what you're looking to do. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if I'm a successful coach already, making millions of dollars, that 100K loss really doesn't seem that big to me if I'm only wanting to be the best coach ever. If
Right.
I'm wanting exactly, if I'm trying to be someone in the coaching game, that 100K really doesn't seem much. It's not really much to me. You know what I mean? I'm already making millions, and I want to win football games. So
Right.
no, I'm not taking that 100K. But if I'm a guy who I don't think my coaching career is going to be that long anyway, I don't have any dreams, I don't have any aspirations of being that best coach ever, I'm fine with either taking a lesser job somewhere else or completely being done with it, dropping back down to the college level or the high school level. Yeah, give me the 100K loss. I'll go 0-6. I'll go 0-12, 0-16, whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, but see, if say I was in that position, what I would do is say, all right, look here, if I do this, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to take the 100K, but once we achieve the goal to get the first round draft pick, I need you to guarantee me at least another 3 years, or give me two, give me another 2 years.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, that's the one way to work it out right there. Um, but like I said, in the situation which we're at hand right here, the one we're talking about. So Brian Flores, this guy obviously is a guy who wants to be a good coach one day, which obviously that's all over now.
Right, and he's from the Bill Belichick tree, isn't he?
Bill Belichick system.
I mean, Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick, yeah.
But I mean, it's over for him now. He can forget about that. He just sued the place that would give him the opportunity to be that coach.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I've always thought that was like, it's always weird, and not just with the NFL, but just with anybody suing their employer. How you go back to working for them? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Especially if you win, because now it's like, bro, we just
Or
gave
if you
you,
lose.
or if you lose, yeah, bro, we just gave you, you know what I'm saying, a couple $1 million to settle, or you lost the case, so now what's it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, you cutting somebody out and then coming back to them next day asking for some money.
Exactly, which happens all the time, which is going to probably try to happen in this situation. But this Brian Flores guy wants to be a good coach. He wants to do the right thing. He wants to move up in the ranks the right way. And he's trying to do that. He got stuck in an unfortunate situation, if all this comes out to be true, with the owner. But we know he doesn't want to take the 100K. We know the 100K doesn't mean much to him. If it did, they would have never won games. They definitely wouldn't have went on a 7-game win streak. They definitely
Right.
wouldn't have won 9 out of or whatever it was, 9
Well,
out of their last
I
10 or
think
whatever.
that 100K came not this season, but but last season when Joe Burrow was on the table to be drafted number one.
Yeah. I understand that, but I'm saying he didn't want to win that. They got it on a little hot after that too. And we got to think about it. They were only like 2 years removed for a 0-win season.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So he saw what he did. He actually did the work. He actually put in the work. We talked about it last week. Coaches that actually put in the work and build teams normally don't get to see that team succeed.
No, they don't.
That's what I'm saying. If the Dolphins had no chance at being good next season, we wouldn't be hearing from Brian Flores right now.
Right.
But he knows he's put together a Super Bowl contending team.
or
It's
or at least
missing.
or at least a playoff appearance.
No, he's put together a Super Bowl contending team. Any team in the NFL that can rattle off 7 consecutive, 8 consecutive, 9 out of your last 10, or 8 out of your last 9 games, or whatever it is in a
Yeah.
row, that's a Super Bowl contending team next season. If you can keep them together.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying, because if they say this year they had a chance of getting into the playoffs, right? So say they make the playoffs and they coming off of a 7-8 game winning streak, you got momentum coming into the playoffs, because all you gotta do is win 3. That's it. Win 3 and you're in the bowl.
Exactly. So he knows that this team is going to be in the playoffs next year. He knows this team is going to make a run for the playoffs next year, and he wants to be the guy in the driver's seat.
Right.
I did all this work. I did all the groundwork. I fixed this car up. He went and got that old school that was sitting back in the backyard at your grandpa's house. He went and got that old school. He didn't put it in the shop. He didn't got up underneath there, man. He didn't took every gutted it out, fine tuned it, and now it's ready to drive. And now his parents coming outside, they finna hand them keys over to somebody else.
And you don't want to see that at
But
all.
in the midst
man.
of him working on that car, his pops kept coming out there. Hey, son, man, just give it up. Just give this car up, man. I'll give you what you want. I'll buy you the car you want. Just give it up. No, man, I'm working. That's where Brian Flores is right now.
Okay. I like this analogy, man.
You see what I'm saying?
I see you.
So it's a tough deal. Now, if there's some racism stuff going on with the other jobs and the coaching, hiring situation and stuff like that, now that's a whole nother situation. That's a
Right.
whole nother conversation that has to be had. You see what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
think the two go hand to hand. I don't think his firing in Miami had to do with racism, and I'm not completely sure that his hiring has to do with racism, or his not hiring, not being hired. I
Right.
don't know that. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well, I
if
mean,
that's on the table, it's a different situation. But he's stuck. I'm just saying all this to say I feel bad for the situation that he's stuck in, because I see what he's trying to do and I see what he's built.
right. And sometimes the person that stick their neck out and calls out a situation, or for what it is, they normally don't get to see, as what they say, the promised land. You know what I'm saying? When you that person, you step out in front of a movement or something, you don't get to, what you call it. You don't normally get to see it, because normally you get taken out or you push to the side or whatever, and then the people that come from the people that come behind you, they get to eat the fruits of that labor. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That it's from the beginning of time, especially in our culture.
Right.
A lot of people on those boats coming across that water were told, "Hey, let's just burn the ship. Let's just jump off right now." You know what I'm saying? And if
Yeah.
they would have jumped off. They would have never seen their people go through slavery. The other
Right.
people would have taken on the fruits of that, but they wouldn't have gotten to see that. You
Right.
see Martin Luther King stepping out for integration. He
Yep.
gets taken out. He
Well,
never gets to
but he
see
knew. He said, he goes, I goes, I'm not going. I might not see the promised land with you.
it. Exactly. I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
happened over and over and over again.
Yep.
If this
Martin Luther
thing
King,
blows up,
Medgar Evers,
there's plenty of names. I'm
Malcolm.
not
I
just
mean, you
stopping
can,
there.
you can just name them.
Exactly. But I'm saying if this Brian Flores thing blows up, if it blows up and it comes out that there is racism tied to it, he's never coaching again, no matter what. But
Right.
there may be a plethora of young black coaches getting more opportunities in the NFL.
Right.
Flores is never going to see it, but it may open up a door. He may have just blew something up. Bill Belichick may have accidentally sent those messages.
Right.
This is his boy. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, and I mean, I know, Bill Belichick is up in age, but he ain't up in age enough to know you know who you texting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he didn't have his number saved.
Hey, let's not forget. This is his boy.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So I messed up, or I effed up. That's the biggest story running around on ESPN right now.
Did he really mess up, or did he let him? Was he trying to let him know? Well, I don't know, because he could have just called him.
He could have just called him anything.
Yeah.
This is the same guy who's been working for Robert Kraft for how long?
Man, I couldn't even tell you years.
Man, he ain't accidentally sending nothing.
Decades.
He ain't accidentally sending nothing.
And maybe he sent a text to leave a paper trail, like, hey, look,
That's what I'm saying.
But would he want to get caught up in it though?
He's not really caught up in it. I accidentally sent a text to my friend. I thought I was, not to my friend. I thought I was sending a text to a colleague.
Yeah.
Who happens to have the same name as my friend.
Right.
I'm not caught up in anything.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like, hey, I heard through the grapevine, so I was sending the congratulations out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a silent whistleblower.
Yeah,
I'm a silent whistleblower in this entire situation as Belichick, if that's the case. But I love to ride on the conspiracy bus.
right.
That's where I rack up my mileage. My YouTube mileage is racked up on conspiracies and rap beef.
Man, hey, and you can in that rabbit hole on YouTube, or you will get trapped in it, man. If you stay up late long enough and listen to the right shows or the right videos, man, that's how you believe in a lot of that stuff, man. With the right music and the right person commentating.
Exactly. But on just rolling off this topic right here, let's just say this whole thing blows
now
up.
Tuned in to the RTL podcast.
Let's just say this whole thing blows up.
Okay.
And it comes out that racism is tied to the Brian Flores situation. How do black coaches gain opportunity from this?
Man, I don't think you do. Because I don't think you do, because now you're only getting hired because the NFL is trying to backpedal and make themselves look better to the light. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're gonna. I think it's hard to say because they want to coach, but they all just say, well, we just gonna go to college, and they all just leave the NFL. Well, then you back at square one again. But if they stay, they're only being hired to check a box. The same reason they were being interviewed was just to check a box.
I was just about to say that because that's kind of where it is today. We know for a fact that a certain amount of minority people, doesn't have to be black people, but a certain amount of minority coaches have to be interviewed, not hired, but interviewed.
Yeah, with the Rooney Rule.
With the Rooney Rule. But I've heard this talked about before on podcasts. Is that better? Is it okay? Okay, like right now, a certain amount of minorities have to be interviewed. But if that rule wasn't in place, no minorities would have to be interviewed, right?
Right.
You do have a chance to go in there and change your mind at this point.
Yeah.
With the rule in place. So if they make it where you have to hire a certain amount, which I don't know if that's the right thing to do either. I'm not picking either way to go right here.
I'm on the side. No, it is not. You should not have to hire.
Yeah, exactly. So if you go to where you have to hire and more black coaches are getting an opportunity, more black coaches also have a better chance to succeed. So it's kind of like it's a catch-22 there. Yes, I'm just getting the job because of the color of my skin. But if we're going to sit here and stand on the other side of the fence, we're saying that other coaches are getting jobs because of the color of their skin as well.
Right. No.
So go ahead.
I'm saying I don't like that rule for the point of, like you said, where they have to like hire a certain amount of minorities.
Yeah.
I don't like that rule because then there's people that might be better qualified for that job, but they don't get that job because they don't check that box.
Exactly. I agree with you on that. I'm just saying, I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm not picking on the side. If more black coaches get a chance, because you just agreed that in the interview process, since they are given that opportunity, that's better than not getting an opportunity. And with that opportunity, they have a chance to change their mind.
But you don't because
that's not true.
It is true because
that's not true.
How is it not?
Because I wholeheartedly believe this. I believe that I have changed as a black man. I believe that I've walked in a few rooms and changed their mind.
No,
because the way that I carry myself and the way that I speak and my mannerisms, everything like that. You have it with that coaching, with that interview, even though it is made to happen, you still have a chance to change your mind.
No, you do. But if my mind is, if I already know that this is my guy, because what we're saying is there's an old boys club. Is what we're saying. All right. So, for example, let's say you got Coach A, who is a white male, and you got Coach B that say is a Hispanic. All right. So if we're talking about the old boys club, they come to you and say, hey Nick, Coach A need a job, head coaching job. He's been assistant coach for X amount of years. You got an opening, you need to hire him. If you're part of that club, your mind's made up. All right, cool, we're gonna hire him. But you know that you gotta interview minorities. So you bring Coach B in when you don't have the intentions of hiring him. You just have to check a box. So you sitting there listening to him, and all you're doing is listening. You listening is going on deaf ears because your mind is already made up that you're hiring Coach A.
And I agree with you there. Your
Now-
mom might be
now-
made up
but
that you're
now-
hiring Coach A, but check this out. What happens when Coach A, because the same guy that came to you and said, hey, this guy did this and this and this and this, he also went to all the other guys that have a job open.
Right.
If Coach A chooses somewhere else and you have gotten that made to have interview and you went in there and did your thing, Coach A just chose to go over there. Well, shit, I could go get this cat over here, but man, hey, Trey was really saying this in his interview. Trey really now let me look at Trey's resume a little bit more. You had that chance. The opportunity is there.
But this analogy was going based off of if there was just like we saying one coaching job open. Now, if there's multiple coaching jobs open and we saying it's a old boys club, they got multiple guys lined up. Hey, look, let's say there's 6 jobs. These 6 guys are in line for a job.
But we just saw right now, we're still in it, where there a bunch of jobs came open and they didn't have guys lined up.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't have guys. Well, I mean, you had teams like the Vikings that thought they were going to get Jim Harbaugh, and he's like, "Nah, I'm staying at Michigan."
That's what I'm saying. That's what happened. And
right
now you've had that made to have interview. At least your foot is somewhat in the door. Now, if they have to hire you, I think it makes it harder on black coaches if they have to hire you. I think it makes it harder on all minorities if they have to hire you. But if they do have to hire you, you have a chance to go to the Super Bowl and win that mug.
You do.
And am I gonna get fired after winning the Super Bowl?
No, you don't get fired to win a Super Bowl. Once you win a Super Bowl, this is my thing. Once you win a bowl, I think
it gives you like 6 years.
It give you 6 years, but I also think I think you there now because look at coach for the Steelers. How long did he stay after he won his bowl? He won what 2?
Tomlin.
What he won 2, 3? No, he won 2.
2.
He won 2, and he stayed a long time. You know what I'm saying? After that, so once you get the bowl, you basically wrote your contract. You win that bad.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing, though, and that's why it was like a big deal when he got fired too, because the Steelers never were really that bad under him. They just never got back to that pinnacle. That's why I think winning a Super Bowl hurts you and helps you.
Well, no, for me, it's just like with any company, and you can outside of Super Bowl. Say you a sales rep, and for 5 years straight, or let's say just 3 years straight, you're like the number one salesman in your company.
Yeah.
All right, and then you go 6, 7 years and don't do nothing. You ride on that wave of what you did. You know what I'm saying 3 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago, 6 years ago. You sit right on that wave. Eventually, the company's gonna say, you know what? You did do this for us 6 years ago, and we appreciate that. But now we're going in a different direction because we need to refresh it. It's getting kind of old. The fans are tired of seeing you, or your salespeople are tired of seeing you. You're obviously not getting nothing done. Yeah, you are still the 3rd or 4th ranked salesman in the company, but we need you to be number 1, and you're not there. So we're gonna go in a different direction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the winning the Super Bowl also puts in place like that's where we have to go now.
Right.
That's where we have to go now. So
yeah,
now
you set the bar.
Exactly. You shown us that we can get there. So where's that at? Where's that at, Mike?
Yep.
Where's that at? Or is he Kevin? Whichever one, they look alike.
Is Mike Tomlin?
Mike Tomlin or Kevin Tomlin?
It's Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's even like, for example, like with me. So last year I got an exceeds rating. That is the second highest rating in the entire company.
Yeah,
All right. This year, I don't know. I don't find out till in a couple weeks what I got, but I could tell this all of 2021, my boss was on me a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, now you showed me that you could do it. You know what I'm saying? You've been with the company 6 years. At 4 of those years, you got, you know what I'm saying, achieves. You just right there on the cup. But something happened in 2020 where you just, hey, you turn that joker up. Now I know you can do it. This is what I expect now.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So once you set the bar, it's either you get back to that bar or you go above it.
exactly. And so that I think that happens with coaches too. They win a Super Bowl, and people are like, okay, now we expect Super Bowl. Super Bowl
Right.
doesn't come in the next 4 or 5 years. It's like, oh, do we need to make a change? And then it makes it hard on the owners, especially when your team has stayed in that like middle of the pack, kind of upper echelons of the league for those years. It kind of keeps you in that little stalemate there. What do we do here? Trey Hart says, in my opinion, you keep the job by willing to change and adapt. Look, John Harbaugh, especially in coaching, because the game changes every few years. And that's true. You have to
That's true.
adapt as a coach if you want to stay around. The
Yep.
league changes every few years. You know what I mean? Like you said, the game changes. Think about a basketball coach. If you were a basketball coach 10 years ago, you were talking about high post, dude running up to the high post, catching it, turning around, shooting a little 2 point mid range jumper right there, or trying to
Right.
get to the basket. Now I'm trying to extend you 5, 7, 8, 10 feet behind the 3 point line. Shoot it from out there.
Yep.
That's what the game's come to. So you got to change your coaching style if you want to stay around. And we've
And you and
seen
you and you got to go after players that fit that system.
exactly.
And you might not, and the system you have might not fit that player. So you, like you say, you got to adapt. You have to.
And I want to talk about that right there too, like going after the players when you adapt, because this is a huge deal. The recruiting signing day was just Wednesday. Shout out to everybody who signed their national letter of intent. Go ahead and
Right.
give them a clap, man.
Hey, it's a big thing, man. Even though my signing day was almost
Yours is like
12,
14 years ago,
yeah, 14 years ago.
because
I
mine was
still I,
10.
I still remember it like it was yesterday, man. Like I remember getting up that morning. I remember making the phone call to Coach Nehemiah and Coach Dupay, and then I had the facts. I had the facts my letter of intent in. I don't think these kids now know what a fax machine is.
Oh no, but man, it seems like it was yesterday. But shout out to all the guys who signed their letter yesterday, man. Huge accomplishment. But Texas A&M has set history with their recruiting class. Number one recruiting class in history. I think they got like 4 or 5 stars, 12 4 stars, 7 3 stars, something like that. Which on the RTL we don't really respect stars, but they have broken history with this report.
Right. And I think that's just coming that players are looking at A&M and saying, you know what, I can go there and play right now. Based off the players they have on their roster right now, I can go there and play and make an impact, especially for those 4 and 5 star guys. I'm going in and I'm playing. On
Yeah,
top of that, I'm in the SEC. I'm going to get seen uh, on national networks every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So my shot of going to the league is pretty high. And plus, we don't even know if they have any kind of NIL deals that's pretty sweet that's making the players sign there. Because from what I know, schools don't have to announce what they're giving for NIL.
exactly. They do not have to announce what they're giving to NIL, because the NIL things really aren't attached to the school per se.
Right. And if you know anything about A&M, they're, I think they call them regents, or their boosters are super supportive of the football team. And I'm sure they're willing to share out a lot of bucks.
Exactly, but this is the thing with that deal, because I've talked about this a little bit already too. Here's the thing with that. Okay, yeah, right now everybody's saying I can go to A&M and I can play right now. How many guys go there before you ain't playing for a while?
What do you mean?
They've had a good recruiting class last year. They were up at the top
Right.
last year in the recruiting class. So that's at least 3 years that those guys are going to be there. The guys that are really good, the ones that pan out. Now they're coming in, they're breaking history
Okay.
with this recruiting class. These guys are going to be there for at least 3 years, the ones that pan out.
Okay.
Eventually, like if they do this again next year, everybody who comes after them, you're waiting a little minute to play.
Oh yeah, and that's why you see a lot of schools that they'll have a really good recruiting class, and then that next year they might fall 2 or 3 spots down because it's not feasible for me to come there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a running back and I saw that last year you signed 3 of the top 30 running backs in the country, there's no reason for me to come there and sit on the bench because these guys already know the system. I got to come in and learn it. So I got 3 guys in front of me that are sophomores. On top of that, there's maybe 2, 3, say 4 or 5 seniors, juniors and seniors. You know what I'm saying? That already know the program. I'm not coming there. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Unless I know I'm that once in a generational running back, then I'm gonna come in and I'm
Exactly.
starting.
I'm going to move on to the next school who is the school that I can play there right now.
Right. And I think with the transfer portal, that makes the decision easier because look, if I go there and I don't play this year, I'm just hopping in the portal and go somewhere else.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So the guys who make it, the guys who are still on this team as their redshirt freshman or sophomore year, they're staying there. They're there.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. They've solidified their spot on the team for now. Anyway, you're waiting to play. So I think A&M, the recruiting class, having that number 1 recruiting class every year is great. But eventually, guys are going to go somewhere else.
Right.
And I hope A&M is good next year. I just don't know if they will be.
Man, not next year, but they definitely will. They definitely will in the next. I said give them 2 years and they'll be all right.
Is there a limit on how many times you can transfer? Yes, there is. There's a limit on how many times you can hit the portal. And I don't know what that is right now. But there is a limit on how many times you can hit the portal.
Hey, Birkin said you think it's twice. You can hit it twice.
Yeah, you can hit that. You can probably hit that portal twice and then get set it down. But how many times do you want to transfer? I
mean, well, look at it like this way: you can transfer from D1 to D1 twice. If that don't work, just drop down a division.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying right here. It starts to look bad on you.
Yeah,
You got Michael Dyer.
It's just like changing jobs. If you start a job, say you in Texarkana, and you work at Super One, and you there for a year, and then you leave and you go down to Albertsons, and you there for a year, and then you go over to Walmart, and you there for a year. When you go try to leave that for, they can say, "Hey man, why are you saying these jobs a year and leaving?" It can't be the job. It's got to be you.
It's got to be you. Every coach isn't hoeing you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Every coach didn't have something against you. So does that happen? Yes, but it's not happening over and over and just to you.
Yes,
You know what I
what
mean?
you doing now? I was thinking about this. So back in the gap, not even back in the gap. You say a couple years, say 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? The walk-ons. Walk-ons was a thing. You know, I mean, it's always been a thing. You can walk onto a team. With the transfer portal, I think the walk-on it's over for being a walk-on.
Why?
Because I don't need you. I can go look in the portal and get you. I don't need to bring you in.
I didn't need you before. No, nobody needs a walk on. I don't need you. I'd like to have you if you want to play. You're paying for your school. If you want to go to class and come out here and get hit somebody, you turn out to be good. I appreciate it. That's like, bro. No one's gonna turn down.
I mean, there's no need to give a walk-on a scholarship.
No. That's a different story. Now, little Johnny who worked hard for 3 years and get his scholarship on that third year going into a senior year or whatever, yeah, he probably ain't gonna get that. Just look at me. I've been with Super One for 5 years. Shout out to my boy Chris Jordan, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey Chris, my second job was at Super One, baby. Hey,
but yeah, like a walk on. I'm gonna take a walk on every time. Not every time. I will say this. It's gonna make it harder for walk-ons to get that scholarship. It's gonna make it harder on troubled walk-ons. If you're a troubled walk-on, like if you're a guy who wants to come onto the team, but you late to stuff and you gone.
Yeah, and you ain't getting no second chance. No need it.
You definitely gone.
Yeah, I think that's more what I meant was A walk on, you paying for 4 years of school. You're never getting a scholarship.
Yeah, because I need that for that extra grad. I might just come now.
Yep. I mean, unless you just you that dude, you come in and I'm talking like you'll walk on, you win the Heisman, you should get a scholarship.
I mean, obviously, but I'm just saying, like the walk-ons that are just good. No coach is gonna turn them down because obviously I'll take a good player for free
Right.
any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? But just think about the things that come with being a walk-on right now. If you're a walk-on, no one's fighting for you to get an NIL deal.
Nope.
There's nobody in your back corner fighting for you to get an NIL deal. And you got to start playing and making a bunch of plays before you can even go out there and try to get one yourself.
Yeah, unless you got one of those ones where everybody on the team get a deal.
But that's what I'm saying. Does that exclude those guys?
No, because they own. Well, I mean, they own a roster.
I wonder how all that stuff works.
Yeah.
Am I busting it down with all 125 of us? Or am I busting it down with 50? Because that's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. The more people, the less you get.
Exactly. So that's a big difference right there. So I wonder how all that stuff get down. But I just think, no, I think, and we also know, no offense to anybody who's a walk on or anybody who is trying to become a walk on, we all know if you play college, what a lot of coaches use walk ons for.
Yep. Hidden
And
dummies.
that's no, not even hidden dummies.
Or GPA boosters.
Exactly. We're gonna boost up that team GPA because we know you up there getting it done because your folks paying for this.
Yep.
So we know you up there on that hill getting it done. So come on down here and be a walk on. You know what I'm saying?
Cam said it. More money, more problems. It's true.
More money, more problems. That's
And-
always been the motto.
And more money, more problems, and no money, more problems. ain't no happy medium, man.
Ain't no problem. More money, more problems. No money, more problems.
I'm telling you, man.
That's the plug of the day on the Read Talk and Listen podcast, man.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast. Hey guys, we got 5 shares, man. 5 shares. Let's get 5 more. That free T-shirt coming out.
We got 5 more. Last time I looked down at the stream, there was over 10 people watching. So if y'all all hit the share, somebody gonna get a free T-shirt, and it might be you. And I'm telling y'all this right here. I'm tired of y'all treating us like that side chick. Numbers going up, but the shares staying the same. So the same people sharing us, they proud, loud and proud. But we got a couple ghost watchers and listeners. That's fine too. We appreciate y'all too. But go ahead and hit the share button, man. At least hit the like and just let us know who it is watching. You know, you know who it is.
Right.
Let everybody know. But just let us know who it is watching. But no, we do appreciate everybody watching. And again, hit that like button, share button, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when we're going live. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, anywhere. I even learned a couple new podcast places that I didn't even know we were. There's people over there listening to. So anywhere you can hear a podcast, you can hear my voice, and obviously you can hear the voice of Trey, aka the Dreaded Archer.
Already. You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast. Yeah, I think Coach Smith has some technical difficulties, so we might have to reschedule him on the show because I definitely got to hear what he got to say because that man is full of knowledge.
Exactly, and we want to hit a couple of great topics with Coach Smith, and that one being transferring from the coaching world to being in the administrative world. You know what I'm saying? Coaching athletes to just teaching students or administrating students. So
already
that's a big switch. And then we also want to talk to him as an athlete, being at the top of your craft. Not gonna give it all away about his background. And so
right.
I want to do that while he's here. But being at the top of your craft and then coming into the real world and functioning as a family man, we also want to get to that too because that's a big important part for us on the Read Talk and Listen podcast, especially when dealing with former athletes.
For sure. So man, what who you got for the bowl, man? This is a weird Super Bowl.
Weird Super Bowl, man. I'll take us all the way back to my playoff beginning. I was coming in the playoff screaming, "Go Pack, go!" I just knew that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were going to get it done. I just knew they were.
Right.
Definitely didn't think they would lose to the 49ers. All right.
Yep.
Thing number 2, me coming into the playoffs. I had no faith in the 49ers. I knew they win one game in the playoffs, and that's only because who they were playing. They ain't got to bring that up.
Right.
I'm just saying. I knew they would win one game because of who they drew. but I didn't think it would last. But I knew Jimmy G would end up being Jimmy G, and I did not want to see him in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
All right. Moving on down the line to Joey B, Mr. Burrows, aka Home Alone, with his chain on.
Hey, lady asked him was his diamonds real. Cat said I make too much money to wear fake diamonds, baby.
Hey, I like Joe Burrow. I like Jamar Chase. I like the Bengals. But the Rams did what most people are scared to do, and they went all in.
Yep. They opened that
I hate
pocketbook.
to see somebody go all in and lose.
Man,
I hate to see it.
I hate to see it because then it gives credence. I guess say credence, or it justifies program saying, "See, that's why you don't open the playbook. You don't even get your Super Bowl." But
Hold on real quick, Trey.
Yeah.
Hey, Percy, man, ain't y'all mad at Joe? Y'all ain't mad at Joe Burrow right now? My boy came out today, said he a Buckeye. He's still a Buckeye. Don't get on here fighting for Joe. He a Buckeye. He ain't no Bayou Bengal. He a Cincinnati Bengal.
He ain't claiming. He ain't
He
claiming.
a Buckeye.
Hey, we got them 10 shares.
Don't give them folks a hand clap, man. Hey, Joe Burrow has come out today saying, "Hey, I'm a Buckeye, baby. I don't know. I know I went down there and had to get some work done down there in down there in the Bayou, but I'm a Buckeye."
Hey.
So I just want to know what y'all LSU fans think about that, because I saw how quick you hopped on here. As soon as we start talking about the Super Bowl, you hopped on here in Joe's defense. I almost rolled with Joe, but like I said, I hate to see somebody go all in and lose. Plus, I like Odell. I like Matt Stafford. I'm not really huge on Cooper Kupp. I think he'll flash in the pan, but we'll get to that on another day.
Right. And I like, what's his name? Aaron Darnold. I like
Aaron
him.
Darnold, obviously, freak of nature.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Because I love that picture where he got stop hate, but he got the dude grabbing by his neck in the game. Like,
freak of nature, man. Freak of nature,
yeah.
Aaron Darnold. But
and Jalen Ramsey. I like him.
And Jalen Ramsey. Can't forget about Jalen Ramsey over there at all. But I got to ride with the Rams. I got to ride with the Rams for the Super Bowl. Not that I know that they're going to win. Like, I'm not coming into this thing picking the teams I know is going to win. Like, I really think they're going to win. Yeah. I just hope that they did not go all in, picking up the Von Miller contract, grabbing Odell, Matt Stafford, and lose.
And they got Jalen Ramsey with last year?
Yeah. Or was it 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, I know you say, saying Cooper Kupp was another episode, but we got time. What? To me, and I agree with you. I think he a flash in the pan, because we've seen it before. Guy come in, and then once the league figure him out, you don't hear from him. Or he just might work in this system. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too many good receivers around him, and I don't think the people in the league or the defensive players in the league respect him yet.
And that's what I almost ask. That's what I always ask myself. Could Cooper Kupp be the number one on a team with no other great receivers? Because at the beginning of the year, he had Robert Woods.
Okay.
Odell comes along. Matthew Stafford ain't no shuck back there.
Right.
I just think he's in the perfect position for Cooper Kupp right now. I'm not being a hater. I think he's in the perfect position for Cooper Kupp right now. And I'm really about to make a lot of people upset and make a lot of people mad. But if Cooper Kupp was a black dude, he'd be another guy. It only looks so good, and he's doing it because he's white.
I mean, I put him in that same category with Julius Edelman and what's the other guy that was with New England?
Yeah, Woodhead, is it Wood? No, he's running back.
He's running back. That's Danny Woodhead.
Welker.
Huh?
Welker.
Yeah, Wes Welker. They were all great in New England. As soon as they dipped out and went other places.
Well, Welker left late. So I won't get that. He was Welker. I think, but Welker again, he was in the best position for Wes Welker almost his entire career.
Right.
I just think that it looks better when you do it. Like when a short guy goes up and dunks. Like it looks better to me when John Morant dunks the ball than when Zion dunks it
Right.
because he's smaller.
It's like watching Spud Webb dunk.
Exactly in the football world, when a white guy does it at an athletic position, it looks so much better.
Yeah,
because he's not supposed to be doing that.
Right.
That's what we all think. No one wants to say it. That's what we all think. He's not supposed to be doing that. Oh, look at him fly. You never go to like a basketball tournament. You never go to a basketball tournament and see a dude get broke off and everybody be like, look what he did right there.
Nope.
And it'd be a black dude like crossing over a black dude.
Well, you see
when you see a white dude cross a black dude,
like
oh no, you got crossed by that white boy. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It goes nuts. Because he's not in everybody's eyes. No one wants to say it. He's not supposed to be able to do that.
Right.
Is Cooper Kupp a good receiver? Yes, I think so. I'm not even gonna mess with that Cam comment because that's crazy foolishness. Is he a good receiver? Yes, he is. Is he this that everybody's making him out to be? I'm not convinced yet.
Nah, but I do gotta admit, he be open. He get open.
I would be open too. Everybody can say, you can say what you want to say about Odell, but when Odell's out there, I'm worried about Odell if I'm playing secondary.
Yeah. He's an X factor.
He's an X factor guy. I'm worried about Odell out there. You can say what you want to say about it. Cooper Kupp, if Odell didn't come to the Rams, let's just say this. Let's just say Odell didn't come to the Rams. Robert Woods goes down just like he still did. And Cooper Kupp goes out there and keeps performing the way he's performing right now. You done it to me because I stand on that. If you can go out there and do it by yourself, I give it to that.
Yeah, you gotta be able to do it by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because when you got, like I said, if you got
I'm not arguing the numbers. I'm not arguing the numbers. I just said he's in the best position for Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. And we all know football is a large percent of it is, do you fit where you at? You know what I'm saying? Because you could be the best receiver in the world, but if you go to a school or you're in a franchise that run the ball, you being the best receiver don't mean anything.
Exactly. I just think he's a good receiver. Yes, he is. I just think he's being hyped. He's being hyped right now. Will we still be talking about this Cooper Kupp in 4 or 5 years? Everybody ask themselves that.
If he stay in what you call it, if he stay in LA, yes. But I don't think he stayed in LA because
Matt Stafford's not going to be in LA too much longer. Matt Stafford's not going to be in the NFL too much longer. He ain't no spring chicken.
Well, you know what, 35?
He ain't no spring chicken.
He not no spring chicken.
And he took a beating. He has taken a beating over his career. He's not in LA that much longer. He's not in the NFL that much longer.
Man, I at least 5 years.
No, sir. Especially if he win tomorrow or next week, 2 weeks. No, sir.
You think
there's no other reason for me to be here. I'm not catching Tom. No. I finally got one.
I can
I'm
chill out.
Home.
I got multiple state championships at the high school level.
I'm going home.
I don't think he won a natty at Georgia, but he did his thing at Georgia. Now I got
American blase. Yep. This guy.
If he win in next week, I got a bowl in the NFL. I mean, he could call it, but I don't think he is. I think when you get that bowl, I think when you get one, I think you gotta go. Because think about Peyton. Peyton could have called it quits when he got his one. He was like, "Nah, G, I need more. I need to try at least one more time."
He's trying to prove a point to his little brother, though. There's difference. There's difference in this situation. Peyton, he could have called it quits. But Eli got 2, and you know how Peyton is. And now that you got to see Peyton and Eli, everybody's got to see Peyton and Eli out in front of everybody in the media. You don't think that was the reason why he kept on going?
Well, definitely, it's that brother rivalry.
Exactly. I want 2.
Yeah.
So he had a reason. Matt Stafford, there's nothing left for you. You're not catching Tom. You're already up there with the greats without the ball. Everybody's
Right.
been giving it to you for years because of how far you can throw the ball and how powerful your arm is. So you're already up there. You played with Calvin Johnson forever. You're a big piece of Calvin Johnson being in the Hall of Fame.
Who? Not Calvin.
Megatron.
You talking about Stafford.
Who you thought I was talking about?
I thought you talking about Peyton. You switched it on
Oh
me.
no. I went back to Stafford. My fault.
Yeah.
About to say, what you talking about? Yeah, Calvin Johnson. But yeah, anyway, you're a big part of Calvin Johnson being in the Hall of Fame. You win a Super Bowl, you are cemented up there with a bunch of names.
Yeah. I mean,
there's nothing left for you to do here.
And he got Calvin in with no bowl and no wins.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing. Your career is it's there. You've done it. You got the bowl. I'm gone. He gonna stay another year or two.
Yeah.
Because the Rams are gonna be contenders for another year or two for sure. Probably. Yeah. Robert Woods comes back. They figure out how to move around some money, give Odell what he need. He just got a cool $2-3 million in the playoffs and bonuses anyway. Gonna get another $1 million if they win it. So he may stick around for a low bread.
Right.
So they got a few more years running stuff. So he might stick around, but he ain't gonna be here for 4 or 5 more.
But say in that so say they two-peat.
He really gone. You two-peat, you gotta pay too many people.
Yeah, you do.
He really gone.
I don't know. I think it's hard. I mean, he might say, you know what? I think I still got a little bit of gas in the tank. But if everybody started dipping out, yeah, I'm like you. He gone.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of gas in the tank, but not a lot of gas in the tank. 4 or 5 years at his age and his after his career that he's gone through is a lot in the tank.
Yeah,
and I don't think he wants to be that guy like the Big Ben type. Like you watch Big Ben the past 3 years.
Yeah, see, and we talked about that on one of the last shows. When do you call it goodbye? You know, because you don't want to stay long enough where your performance is declining, and all of a sudden they want you out. Now, this is what I wish Tom Brady would have done, and I think a lot of players should do. If you're going to retire, say that last season, like say Brady had the season that he had this year. Don't retire at the end of the season. Play next year and do your almost like your victory lap. Hey, I'm at the end.
Football ain't giving you no victory lap. We ain't no hoopers over here.
No, but think
about it.
But think about
I'm trying to heal you.
No, think about it. If you know, especially for for the Buccaneers, you know that this is Tom Brady's last season. You know what I'm saying?
They knew before. They knew this year.
No. But it wasn't announced. I'm saying it's announced.
What? But I'm saying what inside your organization? What's different?
No, I'm about to tell you. Listen, you know it's Tom Brady's last season. He announces, "Hey guys, the 2022 season is gonna be my last goal." Now, your ticket sales that say your highest ticket might be $400 to get in. Now that ticket might be $800 to $1,000 because guess what? This is Tom Brady's victory tour. That's what the season's gonna be called. So now every game's gonna be packed out because everybody wants to see Tom Brady's. This is his last game. I mean, his last season. I gotta get in to see the last season. You know what I'm saying?
I think that happened. I think that's been happening in the last 5 years anyway. Without it being said.
No, I mean, and maybe, but I'm saying once you make it official, then, like I said, them ticket prices go up. That gear go up. You know what I'm saying? And you making money. Hey, Brady, I need to stay one more year. And then don't let them make the playoffs because then it's every game is getting more and more and more expensive, which that's gonna bring me to the next topic. But it gets more and more expensive.
Yeah, but I think at some point, like I said, I don't think that NFL tickets so dang on high right now. I don't think they care about raising the price. I don't think that makes anything.
No, I'm talking about for regular games.
That's what I'm saying. NFL.
But bro,
It's a regular game.
the one thing about people that make a lot of money, they always want to make more.
I agree. But listen,
More.
this is also 2022. Raise them prices too high. I'm gonna sit right here.
Maybe, unless you're a
Ain't no
diehard.
maybe.
I don't
Raise
know.
them tickets too. I'm not. I mean, there are people out there. You say diehards. There are people out here that will go broke. That will be sleeping in their car to see the Buccaneers play. Yes, there are. But majority, raise them too high, and I'm sitting there. I'm gonna watch it at home.
And I get a better view from home anyway.
Exactly. I was only coming for the support. See, y'all now y'all trying to put me on life support.
Right?
I can't do that.
No,
I gotta sit at home and watch it. So I don't think that was it. But I think the suspense of it, like what is this Tom Brady's last year, makes it better. Because then you do, oh, this is victory lap. This call, he getting this call because this is last season. You gotta go through all that extra when you do the victory lap thing. And then also, like I said, football is not forgiving. It's not a forgiving sport.
right.
You're not getting your victory tour in football. This is my last chance to pick off Tom Brady. This is my last chance to break Tom Brady in half. This is my last chance to knock Tom Brady's helmet off. All that good stuff with the football game. That's what comes with football.
Yeah. Yep.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
So
Like
hey,
that boy, when they do that drop right there.
hey,
boy.
hey, I'm on it, man. I've been practicing, bro. I've been practicing. Like, we gotta get on it, man. We gotta get the people more entertainment. But so I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see this post by Chad Ochocinco, and he says, it's a picture of a ticket or the StubHub and how expensive all of the Super Bowl seats are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for tickets, and he's saying, how in the hell are diehard fans supposed to go support their team and they can't afford it? Because I mean, I saw tickets going for $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. How do you? The Super Bowl is supposed to be the pinnacle of a team's, not only the team career or franchise, but it's also the pinnacle for a fan. I've seen Bengal fans all over social media in tears once they realized the Bengals were going to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Brought grown men and women to tears. You know what I'm saying? And looking at a lot of them guys, they're not living in the best situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How is that guy who he's been a fan since 1985? He finally see him go to Super Bowl and he want to go, but hell, he got to break the bank. Like, should the NFL drop the price for the Super Bowl?
No, they shouldn't.
Well, not drop it, but make it affordable to the.
What's affordable? The people they want in there can afford it. So what's affordable?
I mean, affordable
to your average fan.
Affordable to your average fan. No, like you said, diehards will spend what they got to spend to get in, but make it affordable where people can I can spend $400-$500 for a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Because people spend that for music concerts.
Yeah.
So,
but why do they raise the prices for a music concert?
Bro,
same thing with football.
Bro, $15,000 for a ticket.
Because I only want the people. Because I know if you come in there and you spending $15,000, you ain't finna mess nothing up in here. You're not finna come in here and cause no ruckus. You're not finna jump on the field butt ass naked and get tackled for $15,000.
But we've seen that. We seen that other Super Bowls.
We have seen it, and that was when tickets have gone up. You've seen that. There are other reasons that the tickets are going up, but it's the same reason why the tickets go up at the club, or how much the cost to get in the club go up, or how much it costs to come to the how much it costs to get into the concert go up.
Yeah, but don't you want don't you want your diehard fans in there?
Not no more. My diehard fans is dude smashing beers against his head. I don't want him in here.
So you want a bunch of people who just
I want them stands to be as prude. If I'm the NFL, I want them stands to be as prude as they can be. We had a whole season last year with no fans. I know y'all can do it. They can sit in there and not even clap. As long as I care. But ain't nobody in here fighting. Ain't nobody in here jumping on the field butt naked. Ain't nobody in here throwing no beer on nobody. Ain't nobody in here doing none of that.
Yeah, but the reason these tickets are going up is because you got people who can't afford it. I can afford a $15,000 ticket, but I don't plan on going to the Super Bowl. So what I do is I will buy that ticket and then I will
Sell it for more.
sell for more because the tickets don't cost that much before the game is announced. They don't, because they already know where the bowl is. They already know how many people it can seat. The tickets are on sale. It's just when people go, once they start seeing the tickets get sold, the more tickets get sold, the ones that are left go up.
Well,
you
then
got
how
all
die
these-
hard are you?
Huh?
How die hard are you?
No, I know. I get that. But what I'm saying is,
See, hey, the way you
I-
talking, hell, y'all should have been buying tickets every year.
no, but what I'm saying is, I don't think the league is setting these prices. I think what happens is, so all these different ticket organizations, they
They
get
buy
so
the
many,
tickets from the league, yeah.
yeah, and then once they get them and they start selling off, they say, okay, we got 10 seats left in this section, and they jack the price up because you got other people on the outside
But
that
this
are
is what I'm
buying
saying right here.
that are buying these tickets and then reselling them on the street.
This is what I'm saying. We talking about the diehards. If you that diehard, you should ought to be buying your Super Bowl ticket in August.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't know if your team gonna get there in August. But like I said, most diehards are just your average blue collar worker.
Okay, you buy your ticket in August. You diehard, you gonna get the nosebleed anyway. You an average Joe, you looking for the nosebleed anyway. I know you didn't think you was finna sit on the 50. So you getting the nosebleed anyway. So you go get your nosebleed in August. If worst come to worst, you sell it.
I guess, yeah.
I'm not worried about you, what you paying to get in this game. These seats getting filled regardless.
But my thing is, so then the NFL can't say we want to put on a show for the fans, because you don't want true fans.
Why? Hey, hold up. We still gonna put on a show. Sit your ass at home. Go get to the street. Get you a 30 pack. Order you some wings. And sit your ass down. And we're gonna put on a show for you for free, or for your cable bill or streaming service you got. We still gonna put on a show for the fans. I ain't say I was gonna put on a show for you to have your ass in the seat.
Boy, you wild.
I'm just being real. What other organization would ever say, "Oh, I think we're gonna have to go ahead and lower these prices. Now the average Joe can't get in here." No one's ever said that.
I don't know, man.
If that's the case, every car dealership, I'm an average Joe, lower them prices for those average Joes out here to come get us whatever we want to drive. Because the Super Bowl ain't just that's a privilege to be able to go to the Super Bowl.
They got paid for Eminem and Snoop.
On Jesus. You think, hey, Eminem and Snoop ain't got to perform nowhere. They don't have to do anything. So I'm sure the NFL came up off that cheddar cheese. Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige. Who else?
Dr. Dre,
Dr. Dre.
and Kendrick Lamar.
None of those people have to do anything.
I don't know. I just like I gotta side with Chad Ocho. Look, man, y'all say y'all care about the fans. Y'all want these people to attend the game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Care about. I just dropped I probably dropped $5 million on the halftime show. I care about the fans.
I don't know, man. It's just,
bro.
Hey, Granny with me.
That's wild. I'm with Chad Ochocinco on a lot of stuff, but this one right here, no other place does that. No one walks into Louis Vuitton and say, "Hey, I'm an average Joe. Lower this price of this purse so I can get it." No one says that.
But Louis Vuitton also don't advertise. It's the same. It's any high end company like that.
The NFL don't advertise tickets.
They do advertise.
No, they don't not. StubHub advertises for the tickets. The NFL don't advertise tickets.
When you see those Visa commercials, when you see them Visa commercials talking about Super Bowl, they don't just do that saying, "Hey, we are sponsored NFL." The reason that they put that Visa commercial along with the Super Bowl commercial is if you got a Visa credit card, you thinking, "I can put this ticket on my credit card."
Yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah, they advertise in the Super Bowl, but they're not advertising you to get tickets. You can get a Visa credit card and throw you a Super Bowl party. You can get a Visa credit. They want you to spend money on a Super Bowl with your Visa credit card. Yeah, and then they're gonna give you some points back off of it too. Don't forget about that.
But they also talk about tickets because the Visa do the same Super Bowl commercial every year. It's some same 6 old guys that they've been to every Super Bowl, and they put their tickets on their Visa.
Yeah, when you think they buying them tickets? August.
But they ain't fans. I mean, they
They're
fans
fans of
of
the
the Super
game.
Bowl. They fans of Super Bowl, so they going to just the bowl.
And they willing to pay for the bowl. I'm fans of Rod Wave. Tickets too high. I ain't seen Rod Wave. That's all there is to it. I'm a fan of Rod Wave. Tickets too high. I ain't going to see Rod Wave. That's all there. I mean, that's just the facts. No one. I mean, you do what you got to do to keep your event how you want to keep your event, and that's what you got to do to keep your event wholesome. It's already the most savage thing on TV.
Right.
I'm not having no riffraff in my bleachers. We see it at the regular games all the time. So obviously we can't keep it the regular price because y'all don't act right.
So, question: if you have season tickets to a stadium, do you get into the Super Bowl?
I doubt it. Season ended. Season ended, baby. It's Super Bowl. But that is a good question though, because when you have season tickets, you get. But I think if you get discounts to the events that are there, I don't know that you get free. You don't get your ticket. I don't know if you always get your seats to those events.
Yeah, but I know if you got a box, though, if you lease a box, that's your box.
I bet it ain't for the Super Bowl. Or you gotta pay a little additional fee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, bro? That's our fault though. As fans. We kept running out there. Every year they raised the price. We kept running.
Yep. I think people forget that
we set the market.
The customer set the market. So if you stop paying for something, eventually they're gonna say we gotta lower it until we finally can get people to start buying again.
But somebody gonna take advantage of every system, like I always say. Because guess what? They ain't gonna drop it all the way at first. They ain't gonna drop it all the way down at first. If let's just say everybody stopped going to the Super Bowl, they ain't gonna drop them from 15 to a band. They're gonna drop them from 15 to 12. And guess what? It's somebody who been saying, man, I can't do 15, but them hold down 12, 11, 50. I'll get me one. Hey, and as soon as them hit 12, he done bought his ticket. So they're gonna be like, okay, they'll pay this.
Hey, we didn't see it at the club, but 20 at the door. Man, I ain't gonna do 20. Shoot, they wait till about 1 o'clock. They didn't drop that joke at they didn't drop that joke at 10.
Hey, you was the one waiting to hope they would drop it to 10. They dropped it to 15, and 6 more ran in. Club was full.
Right. Oh man, hey.
That's how it be though, dog. Hey man, I just want to take a little second right here. This part of the show brought to you by Say Grace Home Cooked Meals and Desserts. If you need a home cooked meal and a dessert, you don't feel like cooking tonight, hit up Say Grace on Facebook, Instagram, and see, gonna get you right.
And you too could have your ad mentioned on the Read Talking Listen podcast. Just hit us up at rtlpodcast1@gmail.com.
You gotta love that spot right there. But for real though, get over to Say Grace. But it was home cooked. Oh, hey, matter of fact, tomorrow. It's tomorrow. What's today?
Thursday.
Not tomorrow. Next week or 2 weeks away. Y'all get ready for those Valentine's Day chocolate covered strawberries. Y'all get ready for that, man. She always has them. I think this year she's coming with something special. We're gonna be bringing that to y'all next week. We're gonna make sure we get that out to y'all. She's bringing something special for the Valentine's Day this year. So y'all get ready for that. Say Grace, home cooked meals and desserts.
One more time.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
Super Bowl commercial, baby. Super Bowl commercial. That's where we going.
Bro, and the last couple of years they've been weak, bro.
I will say last year was definitely the weakest I've seen.
It's been too political, man. Too political.
Too political. Oh, I'm going to say this. Dude, will we see a Let's Go Brandon? Will we see a Let's Go Brandon commercial Super Bowl?
Nope.
I think we might. I don't think we'll see like a whole like, boom, this is Let's Go Brandon. But I think it's going to be like panning the football game. It'll be like, Let's Go Brandon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody in the background like, Let's go Brandon. Like, we're going to see.
I don't think so, man. I don't think they want that. They don't want that smoke, man. Right
bro,
now.
What do you mean?
That media machine is too.
It's everywhere.
It is everywhere. But I'm saying the media machine is would smoke them, man. They
I'm
would,
at the point where I think anything's possible.
whatever company that has a commercial with that in there, it's a wrap. Like
I don't think
they
it's
gonna
gonna
get
go up.
smoked.
No, they shit gonna go up.
I mean, they gonna lose some, they gonna gain some. I think
They're gonna
it'll
lose
be.
a little bit and gain a whole lot. I've seen it. Seen it,
I mean, I seen high school kids got it on their truck. Like
bro.
I ain't
It's
talking.
everywhere.
I'm not talking about they wrote it on their truck. They went and got a decal on their truck.
It's everywhere.
It's there forever.
Forever. And right underneath the business who did it. Because you know why? They know they're gonna see it. They coming to get theirs done. Don't matter what side of the fence he's standing on as a company owner. Bro, I would if I was in a position like that, I would play it.
Look at people talking about your business.
Everybody and it's gonna gain respect. Some crazy respect.
Yeah, but is it gonna bring in that $4 million? That's how much the Super Bowl commercial, 30-second commercial,
I don't
$4
know
million.
depending on what you're selling.
Yeah.
If you got a Super Bowl commercial, hell yeah, it's gonna bring it in because you're selling something good. Obviously.
If you got enough money to pay for one.
Let's just say Budweiser did it. Let's just say they did.
Oh yeah, it'll boost Budweiser for sure.
You hear
Especially
me?
they start putting it on cans.
Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. It's I just think I think that's like the craziest thing we can see. That's why I brought it up.
No, I won't. No,
Never.
I gotta go home. I gotta go back to Texarkana, and hey, Linda Williams and Skinner Reed ain't playing that, man.
I wouldn't do it anyway, just because it's just like distasteful.
Yeah, very.
Too, like,
like we had a dude up here that had it. He put an ad in the paper for his business for Christmas, and he had the sign. And man, it made national news, man.
It was in a couple of ads running around magazines out here too.
And you seen the cat who was eating at McDonald's.
Oh, the dude with the white truck?
Yeah.
His truck looked just like he's supposed to have a "Let's Go Brandon" saying on the back of it.
Hey, don't let that truck fool you. Hey, I'm just like, don't let that truck fool you.
I'm just saying, I see why it looked like that. You fit the mold. You fit the mold. I mean, be real. You fit the mold. But anyway, I just think that's the craziest thing that we could see. Besides, like a streaker, obviously, we just talked about that. But I think that's like the craziest thing, like a commercial wise, that we could see.
Man, I think Budweiser gonna have a throw commercial. They always have some kind of throw commercial. I think Doritos gonna have something crazy.
They gotta come harder than last year.
Pepsi gonna have something crazy. And I don't know why, but I think Kia gonna do something crazy, man. I think Kia gonna have the best commercial this year. I'm calling it.
No, I'm not going with Kia. I'm going with Budweiser. Budweiser gonna have a heart tugger again. It's gonna be one of them heartstrings. Old truck coming down the road, snow whipping up the side. Then here come them horses. You know how it go. Old man gonna come. Back when I was a boy. You know how it go. Y'all know how Budweiser get down for the Super Bowl, man. They're gonna have you in there looking to the side, see if you see anybody caught that, you know.
Either Budweiser, no, it's gonna be Ford. No, wait, Ford or Chevy gonna have one of them heart tuggers. You know, growing up on this farm, my great grandpappy drove a Chevy Silverado, and it's been in my blood ever since. And they're gonna show the whole family, you know, so everybody in front of the truck, you know, so Ma and Pa got the pitchfork in front of the old Chevy.
Oh,
this old Chevy then held up 35 years.
Hey. But no, Cam said something good. Hey, we might see some Bang Energy's made a big push this year.
Bro, let me tell you, bro. And I don't know if you guys know the owner of Bang, but this cat is wild. Like, he go out on a limb and say some outlandish stuff in interviews about what Bang can do. He didn't got sued for it and still continue to say stuff like that. He got a big old Bang chain. When he at events, he's a wild dude, man. So, hey, I can see Bang coming out with something crazy, but they haven't had any commercials out yet. So I don't see him doing a one day Super Bowl.
That's why they haven't.
But they're not even the number one energy drink right now.
Which is crazy to me, man.
Yeah,
But people like nasty energy drinks though. Anyway, if it tastes like a good drink, they ain't gonna drink it.
But people, in it's got something to do with the bars. It's still Red Bull, man. Red Bull is still number one.
Garbage.
It is.
More Red Bull gets bought from the bars.
Man, bro, I'm in the gas. I'm in the gas station business, and I can tell you they get number one spot no matter what.
Yeah, they getting it. They getting it.
They getting it no matter what, man. Oh snap! Hey, so how you feel about this Grambling NIL deal?
Big, huge.
I know we missed it earlier when we were talking about it, but I had to bring it up.
First of all, I just want to say for all the continuous listeners of the RTL, we did it again. Gonna hit it.
Did it again.
We did it again. We spoke into existence for these HBCUs. Not trying to say we are like the HBCU gurus over here. What's gonna happen? We don't have any inside. We don't have any inside cue. We don't have any inside connection. We don't have any inside info. We are just going off what we think, and we saw it coming with Jackson State getting all this publicity and doing everything that they're doing. It was only a matter of time before these NIL deals started trickling to the rest of the SWAC. Grambling State being one of the first to do it.
Right.
They sign an NIL deal that's going to bust down between the entire team or parts of the team. That's what's being reported. And everyone's going to make some money. That's huge for Grambling State and HBCU community because we all know if I can go play and get a little bit of bread in my pocket, that's where I'm going to go play.
Yep. Especially if you coming from a, rough, you got a rough background back home, and saying
exactly
you can send a little dough home and keep the lights on.
But the biggest thing I think right here is this, and what comes to mind right here is leveling the playing field.
Yep, for sure.
These NIL deals, and I think that's the number one key to it. Yes, I am all for college athletes getting paid. I wish this money was coming from the NCAA, but I'm all for college athletes getting money. They deserve it. But this NIL deal is going to make it where I don't have to go play for this school because it's this school, and it's going to give me a chance to go to the next level. This is the next level now. Yeah. College football is the next level. That next level we all talk about when we're going to make that money and all that, it's here now. I'm coming out of high school. I'm going to make such and such $1 million for 3 years. I might stay all 4 now. Go make this money. And whether I go to the NFL now, it's just second fiddle. Hopefully I go. But if I don't, that's all right. Because I already got that little nest egg saved up in the background for me playing. So this is the game changer. It's leveling the playing field. I can go play anywhere now as long as they got that bag.
Exactly.
I don't have to go to Alabama to make sure I go to the NFL because I'm gonna make me a few million at Grambling.
And it ain't gotta be a million. It could be a couple.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just putting that.
100,000 will change the kid's mind
because we know that's where it's going.
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna have other sports start complaining. You're gonna have volleyball complaining. You're gonna have
they can sign deals.
No, they can sign deals, but it's just like anything else. I'm not getting what they getting, and I feel like we should be getting what they getting. It's coming.
Hey, and they're gonna get the same treatment the WNBA getting. All that shit gonna fall on deaf ears. Deaf ears. I said deaf. My bad. Deaf ears.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to go out and get you an NIL deal. The NCAA has made this the Wild Wild West. You can go out there and sign whatever deal you need to sign. That's on you. Everybody on this team ain't making that. So you go get what you gonna get.
Yep. Hey, also start seeing private equity companies are getting involved in it. Bro, this, like I said, I know we talk about it all the time, but it seems like it's just something new every single week. He coming out about this, and more and more kids are making this bread, and it's like it's just in a new cycle.
The NCAA trying to run from opening up their bag, has really started a shit show.
Yep.
I like it though. I'm just saying it's a shit show. 2,700 guys in the portal this year. How many of those had to do with money? I am not 100% sure, but I'm willing to go on 50.
I say 25.
No. You out of your mind. 50%, bro. Guarantee you had to do with money. Everybody ain't in no bad situation. 2,700 people ain't in no bad situation, bro. Not playing Division I football, you ain't.
I don't know, man.
Man, come on, bro. 2,700?
50% is a lot.
And a lot of y'all come from the same team. So you telling me 10 of y'all in a bad spot? 10 of y'all got it wrong last year. Come on, man.
He's saying 1,350 people. You know what I'm saying? Left for money.
Or more. Yes. Bro, if your coach didn't leave, I know for sure you probably left for some bread. Not saying the bread is the sole reason, but it pushed you over the edge. And if we really gonna see next year, because a lot of them that left gonna be in the same number 2, 3 spot that they was in where they left from.
Yep. They just chasing the bag, which, hey, like I said, sometimes you gotta get yours now.
I'm waiting for the NCAA to be going and be called bag chasers. We can get rid of the NCAA. We don't even need y'all no more.
Bro, no, they missed their window. The window was COVID. That was when if these college teams
they can do it whenever they want to.
No, if these college teams want to separate from the NCAA without like any really hard pushback, it was during COVID. At the peak of COVID, that was when they had their private meetings. Hey, we dipping. We leaving now. It's our opportunity.
But I think that's what they said. And that's why the NCAA was like, okay, we're going to give the players they like name and likeness. Don't go nowhere. We're going to give the players their name and likeness. So it's like a pacifier. It's like a pacifier. But eventually they're going to leave. We don't, because it's just showing more and more we don't need y'all. Trying to save y'all, the NCAA trying to save their bag, y'all didn't gave up the game.
Yeah.
Trying to stop it from where y'all are actually losing, or not even, I'm going to say losing, where y'all are splitting down the money how it should be split. Y'all have opened up the can of worms. And hey, boys got they Nike track spikes on.
See, but this is kind of how you should do it, man. Like, not how you should do it, but what could possibly happen right here. If I'm part of a big firm of guys that we got a lot of money, I'm talking about we got a lot of money, a lot of equity coming through here. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start our own division of football of college. You know what I'm saying? And and any team that come here, we splitting profits 40-60. We're gonna take 40, we give them 60 down to all the teams. You will then see what happened is, what you know what you call an NCAA bluff. Because now the offer's on the table. Yeah. You see who leave, and then the NCAA pop up and say, oh no, we're gonna split 50-50, or we're gonna split 40-60. Then everybody say the NCAA, and now you call it bluff. They put it on the table that they can do it. No one leaves.
But we'll just have two different college leagues at that point. Because, like we always say, hey, Sam Houston, UCA, North Dakota State,
they gonna leave too because they want to get part of that money.
Because the NCAA gonna pay the school to stay and come play over here and be Division I, not Division I AA. They're gonna pay the school to come over here and play and be Division I. So will those kids see some of that money? No, but the school is gonna get the bread.
Yeah, but then the players said, "I'm going to play over here."
If you at one of those schools, you might not be able to go play over here. That's what I'm saying. There's always somebody waiting. There's always a Johnny.
But it always depends. It depends on how many people or how many teams are willing to go to that new organization.
You always gonna have a product with the NCAA. That's the only thing, because you can always move a team up a level, and that can be your product.
Yeah, but what if you start having all the other teams switch over?
You got to be able to get to that point where you can switch over. Like what's the conference right now? Like who can't? There's a few conferences who can't stand. on their own. Like the school wise, they can't stand on their own. Jordan Roberts right here. It's going to come down to whether or not the NCAA wants to fight for the big programs in the future after the smaller ones catch up. Lots of money will be involved to prevent the little schools from becoming equals. I agree, but this is one thing that we always have to keep in mind with this situation. A lot of big name people came from a lot of little bitty schools.
True. Facts.
A lot of people left those little bitty colleges that hadn't caught up yet, and became humongous.
I mean, Cooper Cup.
No, we're not talking about Cooper Cup right now.
No, I'm saying
about way bigger than
but,
that. No, I'm just saying way bigger than that. Way bigger than that.
Jerry Rice.
There we go. Somebody who can go right now and make an impact back somewhere. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Not hating on Cooper Cup or saying he can't in the future, but nah, he ain't there right now. They go back to their schools and start funneling money. I own this business. Let's sign this NIL deal with y'all. Let's sign this NIL deal. Oh, you want to too? Oh, come on, your company. We put this together. Boom, boom, boom. We got a deal now. The whole team getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm paying these players. Let's keep using Grambling right now. Let's just say the players at Grambling, the quarterback for Grambling is making just as much as Bryce Young. It's even. I caught up.
Yeah.
I don't gotta play with y'all to be caught up. These guys coming over here making the money, and now they're going to the NFL, which is the goal that Deion's trying to do for the SWAC.
Right.
Now all these guys are coming over here, they're making the same amount of money as you, and they're going to the NFL just like you. What's splitting us apart? And especially if we keep getting number one, number two recruits at this position, I think eventually my team's gonna start looking a whole lot like yours.
But then what's gonna separate them is a TV contract.
It's gonna come. And I don't need TV. Jackson State has Barstool. They streaming all day, every day, just like the TV channels. Jordan Roberts says true, but think about the boosters that those large schools have behind them. What's not to say those boosters don't fork out more money to keep up their schools at the top, just like the cups you were talking about. Yeah, I do believe that the bigger schools have people that's gonna push money. But I'm saying there are just as big as people and groups that have come out of these other schools.
Right.
It just wasn't a fad or a thing to go back and do it. Now it's becoming a fad or thing to go back and do it. You know why? Because now your homeboys that went over there to the school that y'all used to play against, they're doing it.
I'm still waiting for Jerry Jones to say, "Hey, Arkansas, boom!"
He's going to. You might not ever hear it.
But when you start seeing Arkansas getting a whole bunch of recruits,
you're gonna see it. Jerry Jones is gonna do something for Arkansas. If any big name, especially in the football world, because if Jerry Jones can get a bunch of great athletes to go to Arkansas, it's easy pickings to get them to the Cowboys.
Yep, easy.
Whether they get drafted or not. So yeah, Jerry Jones is gonna do that. Guys, NFL owners who wherever school they went to, they're gonna do that. ESPN just got a free plug on RTL. Not that they need it, but they just got one.
You heard that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, well, breaking news. Former Eagles head coach Doug Peterson is being hired as the next coach of the Jaguars.
There it is, that quick. But I think the Jacksonville situation is a big knock on the racial coaching thing because they went after Byron.
Yeah. They were gonna hire him. They offered the job was offered.
You see what I'm saying? And he had to rescind, and now another guy's got it. So I think that I ain't trying to go all the way back to that, but I'm just saying
they had somebody in the wing
in wake of the breaking news,
right?
You know what I mean?
Phone call.
Just a phone call.
No, but
yeah, man. I think
I'm waiting for some big companies. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming
to get behind. You know what I'm saying? Like Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola is in where? Atlanta, Georgia.
Bust down, Georgia.
You know what I'm saying? It is now Coca-Cola, and they might have a little Coke logo on their jersey.
But see, what's still happening is the guy from Coca-Cola, he messed with Georgia Tech. So now Georgia Tech just went,
Yeah, I'll just say it could go to Tech. Hell, he could have went to Georgia Southern. All we know.
Skyrocket that quick. And I think that's what we're gonna start seeing. The money came. A lot of guys that got this old money came from a lot of these little schools,
Right, right.
and they get together with a few more guys with a little bit of old money, and now we got new facilities at the spot. Now you got new uniforms at the spot. Now you got new NIL deals at the spot. New facilities, new field, new turf, new everything.
I'm surprised Nike hadn't done anything with Oregon yet. And they
They
might.
probably have.
It's not just announced. And
They
that's
probably
the
already
thing.
been doing it. So why are we gonna talk about it?
Right. I kind of wish it was like one of those things where you gotta announce this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta be out there. Because I would love to see what goes on behind the scene, like not behind the scene, but I love to put them out there so everybody know. But I guess you can't, because then that starts
And especially like with
that
Nike,
starts
they
the
mess with
competition.
everybody.
Huh?
And then Nike, like a place like Nike, they mess with everybody.
Right. They don't want to mess their money up.
You see what I'm saying? So now I can't be like, oh, we busting down Oregon with, which it wouldn't be unexpected, I guess. But we busting down Oregon with this NIL deal where everybody on the team gonna make $200K a year. Everybody, the guys that other teams that really mess with Nike, you know what I'm saying? Like heavy, that's been messing with them for 20 years, they're gonna be looking around like,
And so, you know, people gonna be out there wearing Champion. Russell gonna pop back up.
gonna pop back up. Hey, that's a good topic right there you just brought up. This also gives other Under Armour, Adidas, Russell, Champion to
Under
move in
Armour
on
gonna
schools.
Under Armour gonna go with Maryland. Off
I'm
rip.
just saying that gives them opportunities to bust in other schools. I already
Yeah.
got Maryland. I'm funneling them everything. We giving them busting them. We giving them $100K a year. That don't mean I can't go down the street and get them 50
True.
to wear our uniforms. We're gonna bust them down with the cleanest. Y'all are now premier Under Armour school. Each player on your team will make $50K a year. We helping y'all out in recruiting. Y'all gotta wear Under Armour jerseys. Everything in here Under Armour now. What Nike giving y'all players? Nothing. Just
Nope.
unis. That's a big difference.
Make the deal sweet, man.
Shit, Champion made a lot of money the last 3 years.
Shit, they did.
Champion made a lot of money in the last 3 years. See, you might see you might see Boise State coming out there with that C, baby. and see with that little red. Hey,
Right.
you gonna see him coming out there, boy. And that's just because that Champion was able to bust it down. Puma has been good forever. And now in these last few years, they made a push.
Into the football world?
Another merge. I'm not to the football world, but this gonna get them in there.
Yeah.
They made a push as a company in the last
Or
few years.
they could just say we track. Hey, Puma, we're gonna Puma down this track team.
Puma down this track team. But I'm just saying they can make a push into the football world right here. Come over. Hey, with Puma, we ain't messing with nobody over here, but we'll mess with y'all, and we gonna play all y'all's players this much a year, and all y'all gotta do is wear Puma unis.
It might not even unis, just put Puma workout clothes or whatever. Gear.
Exactly. They just busting them down with Puma shit. They not be walking around wearing Puma street clothes.
Yeah.
That just gives all companies the opportunity to make more bread, or I guess that does make them bread in return.
Yeah, because the people got to buy the gear.
And people want to wear it. If I'm a USC, if I live in Southern California and I rock with USC and they switch to Puma, guess what's going in my wardrobe?
Puma.
Exactly. If I work at whatever college and we Puma down, they giving us 2 or 3 pairs of coaching shoes a year. I don't like them. Guess what I'm going to go wear on the sideline? The freshest pair of Pumas I can find. RTL football brand income. Hey, y'all keep sharing this page. We might be able to get that.
It might, but hey, right now, all we can do is go there and cut their grass.
Hey,
this field was taken care of by the RTL podcast.
Real talk, man. It was just this NIL stuff has busted it down. I know we bring it up on the show all the time, but we can't leave it out. It's just what's in the cycle, man.
Yeah, it's in the cycle.
What's in the cycle. But we did bring up the WNBA. And I want to talk to you about this a little bit. I sent you a message about it the other day. And I know we hit the WNBA a lot, but I want to talk about it.
All right.
Elizabeth Cambridge WNBA basketball player, or was.
Okay.
She doesn't want to come back to a league where a head coach can get paid 4 times the highest paid player's supermax contract. Why would I come back, spend another season upgrading my own seat on a flight to get to a game out of my own pocket? How do you feel about that?
Bro, if I work for you, I'm not coming out of pocket for nothing. I shouldn't, straight up.
To get
Like,
to a game to make you some more money.
exactly.
Not
Because
saying, not throwing shade at the WNBA, but it's not going to be that much money in the WNBA's defense. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying if I work for you and I'm an employer, I'm an employee, and you need me at this spot, but I gotta pay to get there, and you're not reimbursing me, then what like I'm with her. What am I playing? You know what I'm saying? That's like me. If my company's like, hey, we need you to go to California, all right, cool, but hey, don't use the Amex, you gotta pay out of pocket. Well, then I ain't going. I'm not
Not
I'm not
going.
paying out because I don't you want me there. I don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with her, but that brings up a whole new situation as if these franchises or the league cannot pay to get players to
To and
games,
fro.
huh?
To and fro.
Yeah, then you probably need to fold it up straight up because we all know they haven't turned a profit since they've existed, and in most companies, if you have a product that's not bringing any profit into the company,
Especially this long.
if this long, you cut it straight up. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Why? Why was she not with the team? That's a good question. I did not dig into this story. I took it for face value, which is totally against the rules in this field, but I do it all the time. I don't know why she's not with the team. I wondered that too, though, J. Rob. That's a good question. Is she having to pay for flights because she's not like traveling with the team, or is she having to pay for her, or is there no such thing as traveling with the team in the WNBA?
I, I don't think the players do. They might fly the team. I mean, I know NBA flies the team, but maybe in WNBA they don't fly the team. It's like, hey, we're gonna be in Seattle tonight. Y'all need to book y'all's flight,
Two
or
weeks
they
in advance.
yeah, or whatever.
I
Your
just
agent,
feel like there's no way that's happening. Kinda. Cause like what you said, if we are a professional organization,
right?
we ain't semi pro, we ain't B League, we ain't G League, we ain't C League. We are a professional organization. We are the pinnacle of women's basketball. And we can't fly our team from state to state, city to city. It's time to hang it up. On top of, we all know it's common knowledge that the NBA is literally supporting the. I mean, yeah, the NBA is literally supporting the WNBA. Money is funneled from the NBA so that the WNBA can exist
Yeah, they fly Southwest to the game.
as a team.
No, whatever flight they get on.
Oh man. Okay, WNBA. I got a bone to pick with y'all. I have a bone to pick with the WNBA. As an advocate of y'all and somebody who's been riding with y'all this whole time, telling y'all what y'all should do in hopes to make it better. As a sports fan, I'm highly, highly disappointed. And it's time for the WNBA to fold. If y'all cannot get your players to and from games, it is time to go. Someone else is footing the bill anyway. So why can't y'all get players to and from the game?
Man, so from what I'm reading, it says detailed in a story from the Indy Star, the Indiana Fever fly like many of us probably do by grabbing whatever seats available once their boarding section gets to step foot on the Southwest Airlines flight. So they have to book their own flights. So they're flying coach.
Or upgrading if they want to. That's what she was saying.
Right.
WNBA. It pains me to say this, but it's time to close the doors. If you cannot get your athletes to and from their flight, what I mean, I know they can't take another hit in their salary. I
Right.
know they can't because they're getting paid crumbs compared to other athletes. They can't take a hit in their salary, really. But damn, y'all might have to take a hit in that salary.
Yeah, but
Y'all,
then making pennies. I mean, not pennies, but they making nothing. I mean, if the
bro, if you're
highest
making 20K, that 20K feel a lot better. If you make it, let's say you making 20K and you paying for all your flights. 15K might feel a lot better without you paying for the flights.
Wait, are you saying 20K for the year or 20K for that game?
Like I think their contracts are like 20K contracts for the season. That's half a
No.
year.
Yeah, but how many games do they play?
Shit, not that many. It's like half a year. We know it's half a year. You get 20K half a year. It sounds bad because you're a professional athlete, but shit, that's doing better than a lot of folks.
Yeah.
But a lot of folks ain't having to fly 2-3 times a week.
Let me see how many games they play.
Hey, my boy Cam.
Oh, they play 36 games.
36 games. That's a lot of flights. I'm sure half of them was away. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you like that's a lot of flights, bro.
I know that's a lot of flights. That's what I'm saying. They got if each person busts back 5 bands, they might be able to get y'all there to and fro.
Yeah.
It's gonna save you money in the long run. But this shit is over.
Yeah, it's over with.
It's over. I can't do nothing for y'all. I was really out here. Y'all really had me out here looking like a fool with my pants on the ground. I'm over here fighting for y'all. Lower the rim. More people to come. Who the hell we coming to watch? They got to fly to the games themselves.
And probably got to pay for the Uber to get to the stadium.
You tell me if I live out of town and I like the LA Sparks and the LA Sparks is playing in Dallas.
You might be on a flight with them.
I might be sitting beside the point guard.
Yes. Because in the article, the lady said that it was a fight for like those women get stuck in the middle seat. Well, I mean, these ain't short women, you know what I'm saying? They 6'6", 6'5", you know what I'm saying? So sitting in the middle seat is tragic. So they find coach to a professional sports game that they play in.
Yeah, WNBA. I hate that. I hate that I've learned that today. Because I've been fighting for y'all for like 2 years now. Super advocate of WNBA, super advocate of all women's sports. Because I've always been on record saying this, there's nothing else in life that we'd like to see a man do more than a woman. But the women's sports don't get the love that they should.
Nope.
But like I always say, there's always somebody at the top that's holding something. It's a lady. There's somebody in the WNBA, probably a woman. Y'all might not want to hear this. There's a woman that's at the top of the WNBA organization who killing the game with the bread.
Yeah, make it more than all the players combined.
Put together. Yeah, combined. Make it more than all of them.
I mean, it's been on the record that there's guys in the NBA that are, third level players that if you put the whole WNBA contract together, that one guy in the NBA is making more than them.
Exactly, but it's a wrap. It's a wrap on the WNBA. I'm really hurt over here. It's a wrap. I did not know these girls, these women, let me get that right. These women was out here paying to fly to the games to make y'all some bread. Bro.
That ain't it, man. That's
a losing recipe.
Bruh.
No, I don't even know if they could dunk.
Bro,
if you lower the rim, because now y'all got them out here squished on the plane.
Bruh, high schools don't even pay for their own transportation to the game.
They're not.
How would that look like? Hey, y'all, we playing Liberty Hollow. Y'all call your mamas, come pick y'all up. We're gonna take y'all over there. Like, y'all be going them yellow. Y'all be get them yellow dogs.
Hey, we got a game in Washington tonight. We're gonna meet y'all. The game Saturday at 3. We're gonna meet y'all Friday at 6. Come on, man. What kind of
in Texas County, what you gonna do? Y'all better start selling some fish plates.
You hear me? Hey, y'all, they too good for that type of stuff. Texas I living better than the WNBA on Jesus. On Jesus. It's all about viewerships and TV contracts. I feel bad for them coming from my boy J Rob. Hey, bad for him, man. That's all you can do. A Rod used to make 14K every time he stepped in the batter's box. Exactly.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, like I said, the money is there, and the money is just not there for the league. When you got players in the NBA that's taking money out their bank account to give to another organization to make money, to get stuff, to get money to go around, when you got to rob Peter to pay Paul, it's a wrap, man.
But I got a question right here though. Why haven't they folded?
Because the society would kill them.
What's worse? What is worse? There ain't no professional women's softball. Ain't nobody killing them on that.
Yeah, but they never had one.
Bro, the WNBA ain't been around forever.
No, it had been around forever, but they fought to get it because there was nothing there. So they fought to get it.
That's what I'm saying. There's no professional women's volleyball. There's no professional women's softball. Give one of them a chance. More people watch the college softball World Series than damn near anything.
And I've always said that I would watch softball. I'd watch it.
Everybody would. People would watch volleyball if there was a league.
I don't know if I'd watch volleyball.
Bullshit.
I'm not everybody. I don't know. I know I'd watch it because I couldn't watch it in high school.
People watch golf. People watch tennis. You're gonna watch volleyball if it's a professional league. Peter and Paul can get got that ski mask put up. Hey,
but no, like it's like this. If so, say tomorrow the commissioner of WNBA come out and goes, after so many years, I think 30 years, we tried to make this, turn this ship around, and we just can't get it. We're bleeding out. The NBA is shelling out money, basically trying to clog this hole up, and we can't turn a profit. So we're gonna have to close the doors. We're gonna have to fold the league up.
Exactly, but nobody can complain. This is my thing right here. If the WNBA folds, nobody really can complain because it's your fault. It's your fault that it folded.
Yeah, because there's no one that's trying to do anything to get them, media coverage. I mean, the WNBA draft,
even when they do cover it.
Anytime that I've seen a WNBA draft, I kid you not, it's because I was sitting at a bar somewhere, and as the bartender is changing the channel, it just so happens to pop up WNBA draft, and what they do, they go right past it, because ain't nobody like, hey, hold on now, I want to, and then it's always like 3:00 in the afternoon.
Exactly, and that's another thing. J. Rob just brought up a good point right there. J. Rob just brought up a good point. It's crazy that the women basketball players make more money overseas than here. Why are y'all still playing in the WNBA?
Exactly.
Why are y'all still playing in the WNBA? There is a team over there in Spazulu, Italy, that will fly you over there, give you per diem to live, and pay you to play. Why are you still trying to play in the WNBA?
Exactly.
If basketball is your dream.
If basketball is your dream, if your dream is to make money playing basketball, it shouldn't matter where you play it at. You going to who paying the most. Hell, Cam, they might send a private jet to come get you.
Exactly. So why are you still chasing the WNBA? Why are y'all still complaining and hooping and hollering, but you still signing on Southwest.com and booking their flight every week?
But my thing is, there might not be enough teams overseas that could house all the girls, all the women. Actually, it might be. They might send them all over and say we'll start making teams. Because I mean, if you look overseas, look how many soccer teams they got. Every small town got a soccer team, and I'm sure they wouldn't care about having a basketball team.
Exactly. The J-Rod has to say, but the overseas opportunity is only afforded to the top players in the WNBA. That's only. Listen, no offense. Them the only ones that's supposed to be playing anyway.
exactly the
The
top.
rest of the people that's in the WNBA, besides the top players that are really good, can really handle the ball, can really shoot it, the rest of y'all just spot fillers. Can we be real for a second? The rest of y'all are just filling a jersey in the WNBA.
About the gun line, boss.
Nobody is coming to see you. There's one girl on each team, sometimes two, that everyone knows. We know their name. We know how good they are. The rest of you, we've never heard your name before. We've never seen you play. We're not coming to that game or clicking on the channel to see you. You see what I'm saying? And you hear their names and you hear the same names and you see the same girls over and over and over. Hell, the girl from UConn, you've been seeing her for 20 years.
Exactly, and it's the same. It's the same usual suspects in the NBA finals. It's the same teams.
So why are y'all still playing in this league? Nothing has progressed. Nothing's gotten better. Tanner has to say, reverse from how the NBA is. Overseas women don't want to come here to play. Overseas men dream to. That's true. But
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It should be like the way that the way that the men over in Africa and over in Europe, the way they want to come over here and play in the NBA, that's how the girls that are real life hoopers, every one of them guys don't get the opportunity to come over here. Only the top ones get it. The women in the NBA that hoop, the women in the US that hoop should be fighting to be that top player to get a shot to go over there and play. Just same thing. Same exact thing.
Yep. And then the ones that stay and want to, this and this is just saying if the WNBA, let's say they stayed in existence. If you're a top player, hey, I'm going over there to make this money. If you're a mid-level player, you stay and get what you get.
You get what you get in the WNBA. And that's what's got to happen. But as long as the top girls come out of college and slide right into the WNBA, which now, or it could happen, that they could leave from college making a ton of bread and slide into the WNBA and not even make half of it.
Now, yep, they might get paid more. They might take a pay cut to go into the WNBA.
So I'm done with the WNBA. I'm sorry. I hate that I gotta say that, but I'm done with the WNBA.
And just to know, this is not the NBA's fault because it always seems to fall back on the NBA because they don't do enough.
It's our fault. Anybody listening to this podcast that has not ever seen a WNBA game or have watched a WNBA game this season or last season, it's our fault. Or I'm gonna say y'all, because I didn't watch them. So it's y'all's fault.
I can tell you, I ain't watching nan game.
It's the fans' fault or the not fans. So no one can be upset when they fold or if they fold. No one can be upset if all the stars start going overseas and it's left with a weaker product than they have now. No one can be upset because you did it.
But here's the thing that gets me, and I've had this argument several times when I'm out working. People say, "Well, why don't people watch the WNBA?" And I'm normally argue this it's with a woman, and I say, "Well, do you watch the game?" Well, no. Well, there are more women in America than there are men. It just is. All right. So if every woman that's arguing for the WNBA decide to watch the games or attend the games, they'd make more money. They would. But you don't even have half the women in the country watching WNBA. You don't even got a quarter of the women in America watching WNBA. You just don't because the numbers aren't there.
Exactly. And if people were watching, they would have the viewership to get those TV contracts to raise the awareness of the league. People would know when they're playing. People would know when they're getting drafted. If we all win, no one's paying attention to it. And that's kind of what I was replying to right there. J-Rob says it all comes down to TV and viewership. Nobody has a big TV contract with them, nor do they have the viewers, even when they randomly are shown on ESPN. And that is my point. If we watched it often, if every time it popped up on ESPN, there was 2 million people watching, you don't think ESPN gonna put them up there a little bit more? I'm just gonna let that. Damn, I'm here dropping knowledge, but that's what happens. That's what happens. WNBA scares people away. The WNBA people running high when you say, if I say, hey man, all y'all boys come over here tonight, man, we're gonna watch the game. I ain't telling nobody what game it was. As soon as y'all came in and I clicked on that WNBA, oh man, what did you do, man? Come on, man. Watch this.
Hey, bro, people watch the National Cornhole Championship more than they watch
Bro,
WNBA.
people out here watching cars drive in a circle. People are out here watching cars drive in a circle.
But I'm gonna tell you this. People don't even watch that. Cause check it. If you watch a NASCAR from home, I'm gonna tell you what you do. You cut it on. You watch maybe the first 15, 20 laps. Because they're doing 500 laps, if y'all don't know. Whatever, if it's the Indy 500 or the Mississippi 300, that means the whatever number it is, that's how many laps they're going. All right. Check it. So you turn on the Indianapolis 500. You watch the opening laps, maybe first 15, 20 laps, and you get up and do something around your house. And as you walk by, you still looking at the TV. Oh, what lap they on? Who winning? All right, cool. And you gonna do something else because they're gonna be there all night. Just having your TV on is count as a view, as viewers. And I'm sure everybody at home is doing that because I don't know too many people that sitting down watching all 500 laps at home.
Okay, but listen, the whole stadium packed.
Oh yeah, the whole stadium packed. Yes, it's packed.
And then on top of that, people putting on their TV and getting the views.
Yep. And most people are at the games. They got a small TV or they watching it on their phone because they can see all the constant changes on their phone, and they at the event. So they getting double.
Exactly, because people care about it. So they're gonna make sure they get it.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn this NASCAR race on and go outside and grill and come back in.
They got the radio headsets on so they can hear what's going on.
Exactly.
So now you get them 3 times.
Exactly. And but people, even people that don't know about NASCAR, I have no idea about NASCAR.
Boom, I forgot about that.
I have zero idea about NASCAR. I have no idea about it. But I know when they're coming up.
Yeah.
I know when they're coming up. If everybody was going out and watching those games, if everybody were packing out WNBA arenas, they would get the contracts.
Yeah.
They would get the viewership. They would get that. That's what I'm saying. It's our fault. And nobody can complain when they fold, which now I hope they do fold because they don't even deserve to be a league. People out here paying to get there, paying to go to work, never heard of that before. Because that's what it is. Let's take the sports out of it.
You paying to go to work. I pay you a paycheck and you got to pay to come work.
You paid me to come work. Well, not pay me, but you pay to work. You pay to come work. No one's out here doing that. But that's enough on the WNBA. They've saddened it. I hate to end the Reed Talking Listen on a sad note, man. So we got to get off the WNBA and get over to the time of the show where we let somebody come on, anybody come on, and talk to us, man. You got any rebuttals, everything we talked about? You think the WNBA is a great, successful league? Anything like that, come on over here.
The link is in the description.
No NBA, no WNBA talk, actually, because I don't want to end it on the WNBA. So anything with the WNBA, if you got something to say, hop on. Links in the description. And come holler at us. Tune in to the RTL.
Yeah, I fixed that thing over on YouTube, so they can't just hit the link over there. Can't have what we had last week, man.
No, we had some wild stuff going on last week, man. It was wild. I wonder if anybody's gonna hop in tonight, man. Hey, our people over on Spotify like it when y'all hop in there, man. They like it when y'all hop in there. So go and hop in. I will say tonight, no Money Moses. No Money Moses in the chat tonight. And I hope that doesn't mean he's scared to come on and tell his story.
No, I think he's writing his story. He getting it all figured out.
So nobody forget, coming up in this season, before this season is over, we will have the Jordan Moses high school story, written by Jordan Moses, produced by the Reed Talking Listen podcast. Right here on live. It's going to be real, it's going to be raw, it's going to be uncut. And there is no capping allowed. Y'all see all that behind me right there, all them caps? None of that allowed. None of that allowed. No capping allowed. But the Jordan Moses story will be on. And at this time, I'm going to take another opportunity to say, hey, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many, many, many more. So anywhere you listen to a podcast, you can get your read, talk, and listen fix.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
Well, if nobody's gonna click the link, this is one of my favorite parts of the show. Mental health checks, man. Checking in on you. Give me a number on a scale of 1 through 10. How you doing physically, mentally, and business wise, man? Let me know what's going on.
All right, man. Mentally, man, I'm at about a 9, man. Everything's good. I ain't got no stress going on. I don't know, kind of sad. No hunting going on anymore. But like I said, sitting at about a 9. Physically, man, I'm beat up. Today was leg day. Legs tore up. I'm just tired. Been running extra, trying to do a little extra cardio, lose some of this fat. But I'm down 10 pounds, so feel pretty good. Uh, and then business wise, man, it's good right now, man. It's real good. Like I said, merch coming soon. Um, got this bow giveaway or boat or beginner. It's gonna be a beginner archery like video. So I'll be putting together a
Vlog,
huh
like a vlog.
vlog. Yeah, so vlog. So basically, what I'll be doing is I'll be taking a beginner level bow and putting it together. I said it last week. Be doing polls on the Instagram, as to what accessories that you guys want me to put on the bow. I'm gonna show you how to put it. Not only just how to put it on your bow, but how to get it, fixed where it's actually operating right. And then at the end, once the bow is complete, I'll be, giving that bad boy away.
Exactly, and that's huge right there, man. Because bows are not a cheap thing. Bows are not very easy just to come by. Being gifted a bow, which the dreaded archer right here himself gifted me a bow for my birthday last year. Um, and they're not easy to come by. That's a great
Nah,
gift. So for somebody to be giving away a bow, especially after they've walked you through how to basically put it together and how to use it, that's huge. Because I was handed a bow and was, hey, point that thing out there and shoot
you got wait. We pulled up.
it.
No, we shot in
We
my
shot at the
backyard a little
house. We
bit.
shot at
Yeah,
the
we
house
shot in my
first.
backyard a little
Yeah,
bit. But basically, like, hey, bro, this what you gotta do. You got 15 minutes. We gotta be on the road.
yeah, exactly, man. So that's gonna be a good experience right there. That's gonna be lit. I can't wait for it. I'm gonna be watching. Hopefully, I can somehow weasel my way into the drawing or whatever,
No,
and
bro.
and give me a little action. I'm still a beginner.
Hey,
Let me
bro.
get a little action.
By the way, TAC registration March 12th is going down.
Oh yeah, total archery challenge, man. If you shoot archery, if you want to get into the archery game, this place is amazing. They do it all over the country. I believe there's 4 or 5 of them every year, and we will be there this year
And it'll be
again.
I got cameras on deck. It's gonna be documented. We going I'm gonna weasel my way into some interviews, you know what I'm saying? The way I plan on scheduling it is we're gonna be going to some of the after party events that they have at the lodge and just kind of sitting talking to people and I'm gonna bust out the camera on them, you know what I'm saying? And get live exclusive interviews. Hopefully I know Black Rifle will be there because they're now the title sponsor. Hopefully we
Okay,
can get the public land meat guys there. Hopefully the guys from Dead Ringer. Anybody that we talked to last year that we didn't get interviews with, I'm gonna talk to, and hopefully we meet
hey,
some people just along the trail that, hey man, I like the way you shoot. You want to sit down and talk?
exactly. And then last year, I mean, we did pick up a lot of traction with some of you guys probably listening right now, or we'll hear this later on. So shout out to you guys down there at the Total Archery Challenge. We picked up a lot of traction there, just meeting people. Needless to say, we stood out in the crowd of archery hunters or archery shooters out there. We met a lot of people, picked up a lot of traction for the RTL and especially for the dreaded archer for sure.
For sure.
But myself, man, I guess I do my own checks right here. Myself, I'm sitting at about a 9 personally right now, man. Everything going good. Got a like nice trip coming up next week. We headed out to Colorado, so that's gonna be a nice little work trip. That's gonna be good there, man. And then physically, man, I'm booby, man. I just get up and I get it done. So that's gonna be, I'm sitting at about an 8, 9 right there as well, man. And then business wise, man, obviously the RTL doing well. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight and all other episodes that you tuned into. If you haven't listened to the first and second season, go back and hit those. It's more fire conversation. So I'm sitting at a 10 business wise, man, and Green Arrow's going up there always for me. But you
For
got
sure,
any
for
last
sure.
words for the people?
Oh man, hey, go out there. Episode 6 of the Dreaded Archer podcast is out, man. Go out there and check that out. It's a barn burner, man. It's 3 hours, but it's some fire conversation, man, with my fraternity brother and best friend Alex Wynn. And I mean, it's a really good conversation talking about South Arkansas hunting and how he got involved with it and what it means to him, man. Some real touching moments in there. So go out there and check that out, and be looking out for more Dreaded Archer content.
Most definitely. Be on the lookout for that Dreaded Archer content. Be on the lookout for that Dreaded Archer merch, and be on the lookout for some new Read Talk and Listen content, as well as more interviews on the way. We are sorry that Coach Smith had a little bit of technical difficulty and we couldn't get that thing worked out, but we're gonna get everything reconfigured on our end. Make sure he's good on his end, and we're gonna get that conversation up for y'all. We got some pretty good questions, and I think interesting answers will be given by Coach Smith on his coaching topics, his life from going from being a top athlete to coming into the real life and being a father, man. So it's going to be some good conversation coming up on the rest of the RTL. But as always, this is season 3, episode 9 of the Read, Talk, and Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host, Trey Reed, and we are out.
Hold on. I got to find a video.
Squad. I'm in this bitch turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't go close to her. If you with your girl, let me hear you say what?